Today we are going to be talking about a card that came out in my oracle this morning or a couple hours ago, talking about perdida in Spanish. In English, it's like loss. I'll put the card like right over here. And the question I asked was, what do I need to do, or what message do you have for me so that I could receive the miracles, I could receive what I need to receive, especially right now in the moment of a lot of uncertainty, a lot of like, what the fuck do I do? And so I know that what I desire is already there because of how this whole universe works. It's like, yeah, it's just so much more to just like what we have been taught and whatnot. So so that card got me thinking. It reminded me of the things that I have experienced with loss in like beliefs, habits about myself, experiences where it has allowed me to transform and not only like be better, but allowing me to remember who I am, like and why I'm here. So that being said, welcome to another episode of Monomanesco. I am super excited because it's been a while. I think the last episode I did was me crying in the car. So I feel like, sorry, this camera is not focusing. Hopefully. And yeah, last time I recorded a video was me crying. I was working at this Mexican restaurant, which I'm not working there anymore. And yeah, there was like a lot of things after that. A lot of things happened, and I've just been trying to figure out what to do. And through that, there's just so much uncertainty, and I'm just trying to figure it out by doing like the work of like, okay, what are the beliefs? But I'm getting ahead of myself. The questions are, or before I completely start, it's don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, because that supports the podcast. We have 229 subscribers, and I would love for more to join in, like to allow me to know like what am I missing? What do you want to hear? What do you want me to talk about? What do you want to hear? What experiences, things that you want me to teach you, or not teach you, but like share my experience on what I think and whatnot. So let me know in the comments below, and I really appreciate it. And a quick shout out to these beautiful earrings, to Lovely Things Rocio. You can find her on Instagram, and yeah, they're just really cute, and I'm excited to wear them on the wedding that I'm going next week. So like check them out. They're so pretty. And my new glasses from Pair Eyewear. There's a link below so you could get a $25 discount on Pair Eyewear. And yeah, with that being said, let's start the episode. Oof, okay, I don't remember where I left off, but pretty much like there's a lot of moments usually, especially when we're going through this transformation of this update in our minds in our minds of certain beliefs, and like, oh, we need to upgrade. And so therefore with that upgrade, there's a time where it's like there's this darkness, but in that darkness, from what I've learned, is like there's so much that happens in there that it allows us to give birth, or to be reborn again. And it also reminded me that death isn't a bad thing. Like death, it's just us coming back in a better version every single time. I feel like this thing is just not focusing at all. Give me like 1 sec, cause yeah, it's like it's so blurry. Okay. So there's all these cycles. I have my computer with like certain notes, but I really don't think I'm gonna follow them. So I'm just gonna put in my computer to the side. So there's these moments where I've had a lot of moments where it's like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I don't know what direction to take. And especially when I came back from Tennessee, it was a lot of like, okay, I did this thing that I thought was gonna be life changing, because it's like I went there with like barely any money. I received money twice of like not knowing where it was gonna come from, and I received it twice, and it's like it opened my perspective of like infinite possibilities. But us as a human brain, like, we forget that, and we forget those feelings of like of those miracles of like, fuck, oh my god, like that fucking happened, like that's crazy. So when I came back, it was still okay. I did that, which I thought was gonna be like impossible to do, but I did it, and I went for a month. Had amazing experiences, amazing people. Shout out to Blue Heron Farmstead. Like, it was such a great experience. And then coming back is like back to reality, where it's like, okay, what do I do now? And that got me into a dark place. But it was a lot of, thankfully, because I've been doing the network, it wasn't like dark place and like, oh my god, somebody help me, somebody save me. It was okay, I'm here, what do I do? And I think that's been the cool part this year. Even though I've had these moments, it's always been of, okay, God, give me guidance. God, tell me, like, where do I go? Give me clarity. Guide me, guide me, guide me. I need your help. I can't do this myself. And I feel like before, maybe like last year, 2 years ago, it's been a lot of like, I'm in a dark place, and a lot of victimization of like, I have nobody to help me. I have to do this all myself, and it's like, it's a lot of loneliness. And this year has been, thankfully, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to acknowledge this, is that I'm not alone. Not only do I have God and this beautiful invisible realm of like angels, and like those nahuales from like the cultura maya, and like these other resources like numerology and astrology and whatnot, plants. I also have my family and friends, and even though I'm not the best with relationships, like, they've been there for me, like even on the side I cheering from, like, you got this, you got this. And this year they've also been more like, I'm here, I'm here, tell me what you need. And it was really beautiful to see. It was a reminder, like, I'm not by myself, and that's just the reality that I'm letting myself live, even though I could do a quantum leap and like let it not be that, and actually have people that do love me and support me and are helping me out. So it was a really nice thing. It's also like a work in progress. Like, I'm not like the best in answering back, and I'd be forgetting to reply and whatnot. But I'm trying, and I think it's really nice because they also understand, and that's also like the beauty of things, because it's not like I need to do this because I need to, like, people pleasing. It's more like I respect them. It's like, okay, let me be there as well. So that's been pretty nice. With like being in those dark places, and even though I haven't gotten clarity on like what I have to do, there's been little things that have been happening where it's like, okay, I see that I'm doing this differently. I see there's this one opportunity that I don't really want to talk about it just yet, but it's an opportunity where I don't know like where it's gonna go, where it's gonna lead to, but I'm really excited because it kind of came in the perfect moment. And even though I don't know the logistics of things, like, I I'm down to explore this opportunity, right? I'm down for it, and I'm excited as well, because like, I see a door that's opening, I'm gonna go. And if it's not, if that wasn't the door and I have to like close it, then so be it. But I know that I'm putting in the work to have the clarity, and to continue remembering who I am, and remembering like what my mission is and what I'm here to do. Another thing I wanted to talk about was about Carol, Carolina Aguirre, and I want to give her a big shout out, because she was there when I posted the video of the last video I posted, I don't know if the podcast episode that I did is gonna come out before or after this episode, but the episode where I was crying and having like a day life crisis of like what the fuck, like I don't like this job, like I'm so grateful for it, but I do not like this job, like I do not want to be here. I went to the park and I was like, I don't even remember, and I haven't watched the video either, and I just remember I was crying, and she sent me a message, and she was like if you like need anything, we could do like a meditation together, like a session together, and I'll help you out. And I was like, sure, like thank you, like I really appreciate that. And I I don't remember if there was any resistance or not, but it was a lot of like, it was more of like, okay, let's that door, like there's that door, and let's take it. So she gave me a few sessions, we talked, and we also helped each other out as well. We was like, okay, let's hold ourselves a bit more accountable, like her like creating her content, me like helping her out with like, okay, some ideas, what can you do, and like her her helping me like mentally, like I need some guidance, and her meditations were so helpful. Her voice is so calming, like y'all gotta go check her out like on YouTube. And she also has a course, yeah, like a mini course, a guide with like, especially with this whole winter of like of feeling that sadness, feeling all these like nostalgia and these memories, and there's like maybe like sadness for some of us, or these like moments of like, oh, looking back and maybe not liking what happened and maybe liking what happened, but like how can we accompany ourselves through those moments, right? And so she has that guide. It is in Spanish, so definitely check it out. If you speak Spanish, if you're trying to learn Spanish, if you speak Spanish, if you only understand it and don't speak it, like go check it out. Like it's not expensive, to be honest, so I think it's definitely worth it, and it's a great resource. And then if you want her coaching, like go check her out, because like she's una, I mean, I don't know if these are the correct terms, but sanadora, healer. Like she heals her voice, she heals with like with her essence, like what she does, and I think it's really beautiful, and it's really cool to see and be part of like of that, like of her circle, or being part of like what she does. So closing that part. Oh, we're closing the little like uh the little ad in there, but going back with Carol, like she really helped me out. And then through those conversations, I started drinking cacao, which was another like a moment of like stillness, of being present, and just being savor the cacao, the drink, the roses, the damiana, the honey, and like letting it all be part of me, and like doing its thing, even though I don't know what it's doing or like the messages and whatnot, but really being present and remembering, okay, and remembering like love, the energy of love. And Carol like helped me, or pushed me, not like pushed me, but guided me there. Like she was kind of like the reminder, or the sign of like, take some cacao. And right now we're like holding ourselves accountable, and all of that wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been because of that dark place. And I know there's gonna be so much more, and I'm gonna maybe like remember this video. I'm like, Andrea, what the fuck were you talking about? But it's just part of the process, and it's like it's gonna happen. And maybe even like after you get out of like, sometimes you get out of that place, like maybe from one day, like it's like a time period from one day to another, it's like you're like good, or sometimes it's like, okay, I'm kind of out of a bit, but it's like neutral. And then like for example, today it's been like one of the like best days of like waking up like really good, and just like with so much energy. And I think it's just because of like what happened like yesterday, a lot of like with meditation and like little sensations that I've been feeling with like in like my head, and hearing like hearing some sounds. That kind of sounds like I'm crazy, but yes, there's just so much going on, and I'm so happy that, or I don't know if happy is the word, but I'm so grateful that I'm in a position where I'm not in the best place financially. I think just financially, to be honest, and like I need a job or I need to figure out how to make money. But like that's not like my biggest worry. It's okay, how can I be a better person, like for family, for my relationship, for others, where I could be present? How can I be there for myself in these moments of uncertainty and confusion? And even though it may be I could be in a dark place right now because of like realities like telling me you need to pay bills, you need to do this, you need money to da da da, you need a job because if not, how are you gonna survive? I'm more of like, God is guiding me, the universe is guiding me, this whole invisible realm is here with me, and in this darkness, I'm still held by so many people and so many entities or spirits or energies where it feels very loving, and I'm not scared, and I'm not in like survival mode, and I'm not in victimization, and sometimes maybe I fall back into it for sure as a human being. I think we all do, but it's like being able to like pick ourselves up and then remind like no, like this is just part of the process. Like nothing happens by coincidence. There's synchronicities, and we also have free will of choosing how we want to experience this reality. And I'm just excited, and to kind of like, I don't know, I think I probably went everywhere and nowhere at the same time with this episode. But one last thing I do want to mention, and it's part of like these amazing like moments, because I have like really like transparent, like full transparency. I have like negative something on my account, right? And I came across this episode, which I'll like put a picture here because I feel like if you speak Spanish, you should definitely watch. And if you don't speak Spanish, like you should start learning, because there's so much information in Spanish as well, where it's like I'm so blessed and I'm so privileged and I'm so grateful that I know Spanish and that I understand it, where I have this information and I get to learn from these individuals who are just like killing it out there. So I watched this episode, and they talk about money as well, and she ended up doing a meditation of co-creating, manifesting $1,000 in 5 days, right? And I was excited for this meditation, and I wanted to do it with my boyfriend, do the meditation with my boyfriend, and for some reason it wasn't able to happen. And oh, sorry. Hopefully that wasn't like super loud. My sneezes tend to be pretty loud. So I wasn't able to do the meditation with my boyfriend. So a couple days later, this Monday, um, my family and my boyfriend were like all together. So we were like talking about certain stuff, and then I was like, before we end this conversation, why don't we do this meditation? So it's a like manifesting $1,000 in 5 days. Like who wants to do it, right? And they're kind of like, I don't know, but because they're so open and they love me so much, they're like fine. So my family, my boyfriend, and I were like, oh, I put the video on and we start meditating. And mind you, some of them are more skeptical than others. Some of them like had a lot of resistance of like doing this meditation, and that's why I'm so grateful for them, and for them doing the meditation and being open to it. So we do the meditation. I tell them it's about 10 minutes. In reality, I think it's like about 15-20 minutes. And it finishes, and we're like, okay, like this is exciting. And there's also like that resistance of like, okay, but if all of us did it, then like how is this gonna work? What if some like get the money? What if some don't? What if everybody doesn't get no money? And I was like, you're just lying to me. And and then we just went to sleep. We just went to sleep. We went to bed. And yesterday, so today is Friday, yesterday Thursday, which is such a crazy like synchronicity, because Thursdays are like for finances and like money and abundance and all these like all that realm. And yesterday my mom was at BJ's and she got like she's been wanting to change like the phone plan because it's pretty expensive and financial troubles and whatnot. I was like, how can we reduce our budget or reduce our payments on certain things, and phone was kind of like one of those things. And yesterday the opportunity came, so she decided to change our plans to another phone brand or another line, whatever. And through that, everybody got a new phone, and they're gonna pay less. Everybody got a new phone, and they got like a gift card as well. And all of that, it's about $1,000 each. Would I have preferred the $1,000 in cash? Yes, because I need to pay my rent. But it was just the synchronicities of like my mom being at BJ's, the promotion going on, her wanting to do that change for a while. It was like the opportunity came, and then everybody benefiting from all that. I mean, I don't know how brands work and their marketing thing. I don't know if that was an actual great deal, but from the look of things, everybody got $1,000 in like through a phone that we didn't have to pay. And it's just it's crazy, because we could say no, it's not the $1,000, and I could say yeah, like that, those right there is everybody got their $1,000. And I'm just waiting for my boyfriend to like tell me his story, like to see like if he got it, like how he received it and whatnot, because he he was one of the ones that was pretty resistant to the meditation. And I think it was just like he wasn't like in the best. He had a wacky chair, so he wasn't that comfortable. But we'll see how he receives the money, or he has to do it again and receive the money and whatnot. But I'm just excited. That was kind of like my story of like meditating and like receiving. And obviously like there's a lot of factors where like my family also has like faith, and they believe in God and they pray all the time. So it's like everything coming together. Like faith at the end of the day is what moves things, right? So it's just being open to infinite possibilities. And I guess ending with like, if you're in a dark place, if you're in a dark place, know that it's part of the process. And if you do the changes that you gotta do, or maybe if you don't even know what the changes are, if you ask for guidance, if you ask for clarity, if you ask for help, the help is gonna come. Maybe in very subtle ways. That's usually how I receive them. Sometimes in like clear billboard ways of like, you gotta do this, or someone telling you like you gotta do this, or this is the path. Meditating is also an important one. It's something that I've been like struggling with, but I've been trying to do a bit more. I don't know why it keeps blurring, but all of that, it's, don't be scared. And if for some reason I mean, I don't know how many people are gonna watch this video, but if you're listening to the end, like, this is a sign for you. Like, don't be scared. Don't let fear take power over you, and know that there's a bigger thing, a bigger plan for you, bigger plan for all of us. We just gotta choose that reality. We just gotta choose it. We just gotta choose differently, and accept the help, because we could ask for the help. I love telling the story, and just to end, I can say just to end this video, and I keep saying something else. But last thing, there's a story where I love telling, because it's like it's so true, or it's like you can relate it to so many things. But it's this guy who's in his boat in the middle of the ocean, and then it breaks down and it starts sinking, and the guy is like, God, help me, like, I don't want to die, help me. God sends him a helicopter, and the helicopter, like, the guy who's in the helicopter, he's like, I'm here, like, do you need help? Like, let me help you, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, no, 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 God is gonna help me, like, I'm waiting for him. And then the helicopter's like, okay, dude. And then, let's say an airplane comes, and it's like, do you, like, come, like, I got you, like, get on the plane and whatnot. And he's like, no, no, God is gonna come here, he's gonna help me. He sends, like, let's say a submarine, a fucking submarine, and it's like, I'm here, like, jump on the like, get on the submarine, like, you'll be safe. And he's like, no, 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 God is gonna help me. And then this dude ends up dying, like, he ends up drowning. And when he goes to God, he's like, God, why didn't you save me? And God's like, dude, I sent you a helicopter, a plane, a submarine, to just mention those three, and you didn't take them. That was my help. So moral of the story is, like, sometimes God sends us information in very obvious ways, in very subtle ways, and we just, because we're doing the inner work, like, we get to see those subtle ways or those very big ways, or in the middle. And sometimes we're not going to see them, and God is going to be like, okay, here's a sign, here's a sign, here's a sign, until we get it. So that's kind of like, that story kind of like goes with what I was saying before, like the billboard and whatnot. So take this as a sign. Take this as a sign. Dark moments, la noche, las. What's, I had written it down. It's like the dark night of our soul or something like that. La noche oscura de nuestra alma. Like, those periods are very important for rebirth, and we've been taught that, like, that those dark places are, we have to reprimirlos, or we don't have to see them, and we just have to, like, look the other way. And when in reality, it's a moment for us to lock in, to look within, and, like, see, like, what are the things that we've been avoiding, what are the things that have been in front of our face for such a long time, and now it's time to see them, and to work on them, and to heal them and whatnot. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, because that supports the podcast. And with that being said, have an amazing, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one.